mind that anything you say in this courtroom is recorded, and no cases are gonna get resolved today based on what you tell me. So first up, Louis Curler. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Judge Weston. We're here this afternoon for first appearance. For purposes of today's hearing, I'm provisionally appointing the public defender to represent you. That's the gentleman who's standing there next to you. You need to know, sir, that everything in this courtroom is recorded. You don't have to speak to me at all today if you don't want to do so, but that recording can be used against you in this or any other proceeding. The purpose of first appearance is for me to advise you of the charges against you, to set a bond and any conditions of release if that's appropriate. First up, you are here on charges of robbery with a firearm, kidnapping, or holding for ransom an adult, and there's 2 charges of that last charge. Those are all felonies. They're all first degree felonies. There is probable cause for those charges against you, and I'm going to set your bond at none. I'm also going to impose a no contact order, meaning you're not to have any contact with the alleged victim, who I believe to be a clerk at Walgreens, Christine Pepe. And the clerk, the bailiff's gonna bring this order to you to have your signature on that.
He's cuffed behind the
Okay, oh, he can't sign it. And Mr. Havens, did you want to offer any argument? I did set his bond at none.
Yes, Judge. The state's going to argue to the court that there is probable cause for additional charges, 2 additional charges of aggravated assault with a firearm against the 2 victims at the drugstore. The state would also argue that there is probable cause for armed kidnapping, 2 counts, based on the fact that he possessed the firearm at the time of the kidnapping.
Okay. And anything from the public defender to add?
Yes, Your Honor. The state has not formally charged those charges, not within the 4 corners of the 707 as set out. Your Honor, we would also ask the court, even though these are first-degree felonies punishable by life, even though Mr. Curler is not entitled to a bond under the Florida Constitution, given that it's punishable by life, we would ask the court to consider exercising its discretion and to grant a bond for Mr. Curler, a reasonable bond sufficient to secure his presence at trial and to impose conditions of pretrial release adequate to protect the community, such as GPS monitoring, house arrest, no weapons, and no drugs. We would ask the court to consider granting pretrial release, and we would note that he has no prior failures to appear outside of a 2-year time frame.
Okay. I'm going to deny the motion to set bond without prejudice and allow you to, or your associate, to bring that up with the trial judge. But for today's purpose, I'm setting his bond at none for all 3 charges.
And you're denying the state's motion to add 4 additional counts on the aggravated assault with firearm.
I'm not making a finding as to probable cause on the 4 new charges, correct?
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you.